speech bubbles. That's what these things are called, speech bubbles. So they have regular writing. She says, Tuesday, school was such a hoot today, diary. Miss Featherbottom asked us to share our fundraising ideas. And then here are some characters saying things. Now, does it say, she said? No, we don't have to say that. He said, she said, because the bubble tells us what they said, right? And it points to the person who's talking. Everyone pays $1 moon to wear pajamas to school. That was this Al's idea. This Al says we could sell our paintings. That was this one's idea. This one points here, a stay awake-a-thon, a magic show, a pet salon, a sweet shop, a teacher dunking booth, a photo booth, a costume party, a treehouse window cleaning service, a bakery. So, these are different Al's saying different things. It doesn't say they said a bakery because it's pointing to them. So we know who it is that's saying it. So this is something I want you to add to your drawings because it helps you think about what characters said. Yesterday we talked about what characters did. Now we're going to work on what characters said. So I have a sample story here. And I'm going to draw a picture and you're going to help me decide what needs to go in this speech bubble. Okay? So Ashley and I always play together at recess. But one day when we go outside, Ashley went to play with some other kids. I went to Ashley and asked her to come play. She told me she didn't want to be my friend anymore. Wow. Okay. So, what should I draw here in this picture? Ashley and I, not the speech bubble yet, just what picture goes with it. Ashley and I always play together at recess, but one day when we go outside, Ashley went to play with some other kids. I went to Ashley and asked her to come play. She told me that she didn't want to be my friend anymore. So what should I draw, Emma? Okay, but she's talking to her now, so maybe I'll have like the swing set. And here's the other kids, right? Maybe one's swinging, or two are swinging. And then some other kids are playing over here.
What about the slide?
Okay, so here's some kids. And here's Ashley. She has curly hair. And here's me. Oh, I don't think she'd be smiling. I'll have her talking though. And then here's me. Now, of course, your drawing's going to be better, right? Miss Doty's not spending a lot of time. Now, who's talking? Who says the words? Gracie? Ashley. Yes, so the speech bubble is going to be pointing to Ashley. And what do I need to write in that speech bubble? What do I need to write in that speech bubble, Blaze? I don't want to be your friend anymore. Okay. And we're focusing on this, not on the rest of the story. Okay, so Ashley tells me that I do not want to be my friend anymore. Do you see how this helps our story? This helps our story by saying what they said in the picture and in the story. So it helps me as a reader understand what's happening in the story. Xavier, put that in your take home. Okay, so I want you today and every day when we're working on stories to do a drawing and have a speech bubble. Now, you do not have to have a speech bubble on every single picture. That's not what we're doing. But sometimes it's appropriate to put a speech bubble to show the reader, because you're the writer, to show the reader what the character said to help them understand the story. So, I want you to read your story and think if there's a speech bubble that you could put in your picture. So, not yet. I want to look at mine, and I'm going to show you. Late one night in the spring, I was watching TV in the living room. All of a sudden, the weatherman said, "Tornado warning, take cover." I think that's what I want to put, right? Because that's what I was watching. So here's my TV. Here's my TV stand. Excuse me. Here's my TV stand. Okay, here's the weatherman. And he's saying, and here's me in my chair, watching TV. Here's my hair. Okay, and he said, I better give him some eyes, right? And he's pointing right here to a storm, a tornado. Okay, and he says, tornado warning. Now, I don't say he said, do I? I just put what he says because it's pointing to him, so I don't need to say. Take cover. Okay, so there's my speech bubble. That's what's happening in my story. Now, again, you don't have to do it with every story, but I want you to think about if it's a good idea to put a speech bubble in your story. Okay, so I want you to get out your story you're working on. Remember, we don't start writing or drawing. We reread our story and make sure we remember where we're at, remember what we're saying, and then if you need to add a speech bubble, you can do it in this picture you already drew, or you could draw another picture. Remember, we do not color our pictures on these rough drafts. They are just black and white pictures.
Is there